duplicating the screen.
Okay.
So you
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. My name is Catarina Maltese. I'm here today representing Nadara, which is an independent power producer. And I'm super excited to tell you a little bit more about our innovation journey, what we do, and how we turn the industry challenges in some R&D opportunities. So the agenda for today is to talk about Nadara, the challenges that exist in the wind sector, and then how we address them. So basically, Nadara is a leading renewable energy company operating sustainable power solutions. We have over 4 gigawatts of installed capacity, over 800 employees, and more than 200 sites across Europe and the US. We are driving reliable, sustainable energy at scale. And we'll talk a lot about scale today. So let's keep this in mind. A bit of context. We have like over 20 years of experience. We are a merger in 2024 of 2 companies that were more companies before. So basically, it's a long history and a lot of knowledge accumulated over the time. So this is what gives us the skills to address the scale that we are on right now. Here, I always like to show this slide because it has some cute figures to show. Basically, this has some errors, but this is the installed capacity of Nadara. This I was telling you about 4 gigawatts. And as you can see, we are present in France, in Italy, in Portugal, UK, Spain, the US, so in a lot of countries. Maybe you are from one of these countries. This is, okay. Let's keep moving. There are some issues with the formatting, probably from Microsoft to Google, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, as I was mentioning, Nadara is not only about our assets. We worry a lot about our impact. We measure our impact, and we want to communicate it clearly. We have some data from 2024 that we would show you, because we are not only focused on the operation part, we are also focused on the communities, on the local communities that we support that are nearby our wind farms, and we'll talk to you a little bit about that as well. Okay, as I was telling you, we are focusing a lot on the environment as well. We have a sustainability department, and we make sure that every year we support local communities, and we have helped over 100 projects in local communities until this day. This is like the impact in numbers that was mentioned. There are a lot of numbers here. I'm not going to mention all of them, but we focus a lot in our community and in our employees as well. As you can see, we provide training to all of them. It's something that we truly value, and also the impact that we are saving tons in greenhouse emissions. This is our process of connecting with the local communities. As I was mentioning, we have the development phase where we engage with the community. Then we move to the construction, and we set the community needs and address them directly. And then after in the operational phase, we nurture them. And we'll tell you a bit about one example later in the presentation, how we are working together with the community. Okay, now we'll move to the industry challenges. Okay, basically right now, the growth in the energy sector is remarkable. We are rising in numbers, so the wind capacity is growing a lot. And also the demand in O&M is also growing a lot. And this happens because we are getting to a phase in the sector where we have an aging fleet, not only in Nadara, but generally in the wind sector as a whole. So basically, what is important here is that for us to know that between 2023 and 2033, we are reaching to 20-year operation in global onshore assets. 275 gigawatts of the capabilities are in this process right now. And 1/5 of every European onshore turbine is already 15 years old plus. This is something really important because turbines usually have a life of 20 to 25 years, but at Nadara we have some examples of surpassing this number. So this is something that we need to work on making sure that we have a good lifetime and ensure that we increase the lifetime of our assets. So I have highlighted here, sorry, so I have highlighted here 4 key real challenges that we have at the wind sector. You probably know them and deal with it every day. But as I was mentioning, we have an aging infrastructure. So our fleets are getting old, and this has some real challenges, some invisible problems that we need to address, and we'll need to focus a lot on making sure that their life is extended. Then we have the hidden performance losses. This connects a lot with our yaw misalignment challenge. So we need to address this as well to make sure that we have the best output possible so that we can perform as the best as possible given the turbines that we have. This is something that also happens a lot when we have an aging fleet. So it becomes increasing the performance losses. And then we had some fragmented data ecosystem. So basically, we have a lot of data from the turbine. So we have the SCADA, we have the maintenance data, the weather, and we had this scattered a lot in different tools. And finally, we have the increased operational pressure. So basically, the demand for OM is increasing a lot. And in the wind sector, for companies like Nadara, it's really important to internalize some of these tasks because it was kind of like a black box kind of thing. We didn't know how to solve it. And this puts in a lot of pressure because they can set up the price that they want and they can do their timing whenever they want and not when we need. So basically, our idea is to turn this complexity or these challenges into real capability. We defined 3 capabilities that Nadara has that will help us address or is helping us address these real challenges that we're facing. The first is a unified platform. So Nadara is developing a data hub, and this is like a second version of a platform that is meant to unify all of the data that we have from different tools and to compile it there so that you can have like in real time data and examples of how we can improve. And then we are trying to monitor the data earlier. So we are trying to get the information and the most analysis possible. This only happens with the help of teams such as Tanya, where we conduct a performances analysis and we try to improve we try to improve with the data that we already have. And finally, as I mentioned before, we have over 20 years of experience in this, and we are focusing a lot during this period in life extension and repowering. So this is going to help us now in this changing sector. So now I want to move a bit to what we do. Sorry, my name is falling. It's not necessary. Okay. Basically, Nadara has a specific approach to deal with these type of things. It's a bit, okay. First, we invest a lot in testing. We conduct a lot of POCs. We try to get ideas, but not only to get ideas, we try to test these ideas in a real world context. And then if it's a good idea and if it works, we might implement it. We also have a program called the NIGHT, which is the Nadara AI transformation program that also incorporates a lot of this testing. So basically, we have this program to help us keep track of all the POCs and all of the ideas that we are having using AI, and to basically leverage and increase the speed of this implementation. Then, as I was telling you, we have the data integration. This is a huge project. It's not perfect. It's not working as we wish it was, but it's a process. We know it takes a long time to get there, but basically this compiles all the data there. Then we are trying to automate a lot of the processes. either by using machine learning, either by using different approaches, sensors, and digital twins to basically mimic the turbine to get information, and also do the changes from remotely, so from our office. And finally, we are also trying to invest a lot in open collaboration. So basically, we are trying to work with the community, either with researcher community, either with other companies and competitors, to work together and to learn from each other and basically move forward together. So I'll tell you a little bit about 3 projects that we have at Nadara that use R&D and that are like a staple in our company about what we do in here. This will also connect a bit with open collaboration, as most of these have other partners, so we are not alone doing this, and this is important. Okay, first we have the M4Wind. The M4Wind is a project that it's done with some universities in Portugal and that it's supported by FCT, which is called, it's like a foundation for science and technology in Portugal that helps financing some of the projects that we have. And basically, this is a predictive framework. We want to extend the turbine life, so we have some PhDs working with us together to fuse this structural monitoring and to use machine learning to measure the impact and the fatigue of the turbine. This is super interesting. They are working a lot helping us monitoring the information, but also modeling it. So they use machine learning to try to get the best outcome possible and to provide this information to really apply and to reduce the fatigue of our assets. Secondly, I'm going to tell you a bit about the IntelliWind. This is one project that it's funded by the Horizon Europe, by the Marie Curie Doctoral Network. And this is very interesting because we are using sensors with SCADA data to also help us manage and calibrate the operation from afar. So basically what I was telling you, we have autonomous decisions and we have self-supporting systems that can help us deal with the issues that we are facing in the wind farms. And finally, well, finally, I'm going to tell you a bit about the WindHub Sentinel. This is not as related with like machine learning, but it also incorporates them. We are working with 2 partners in this project. One is a local community. As I mentioned before, we are super happy to integrate them whenever we can, and we did this in this project. And also we are working with a technology partner, which is like a startup that is working with satellite analysis and that basically capture the images from our wind farms and can see when the vegetation has grown. So this also integrates with a machine learning predictive model where it can tell us in advance in 3 and 12 months when we'll need to cut the area, the vegetation. This is super interesting because not only we are using technology, but we are also using nature, because instead of going with machinery to cut the vegetation, we connected with the local community in our wind farm, close to our wind farm. And basically they have goats. So the goats go there and like eat the vegetation for us. So this is a very cool example how we can put data and nature and work together. We moved here from a reactive model to a predictive model, because before what we used to do was there was a technician that would go to the field and see, okay, this needs to be cut, this needs to be cut, and then we would buy the service. And now we can do it remotely. So basically at our desk, we can see, okay, this needs to be cut right now, or this needs to be cut in 3 months. And then what we do, we connect and tell the local community, okay, you can go to this wind farm or this turbine and help us with this problem. This project has been awarded by Innovation in Prevention Award in Portugal, and is also a finalist at the National Innovation Awards in Portugal. We are waiting for the results, but soon we'll know if it won. And this is not just because winning an award is cool, but also because it provides some we become more aware that what we are doing has real impact and that other people recognize it. So it's really cool for Nadara to have this kind of recognition right now. So this, as I was telling you, this is the result. So the before and the after, as you can see, it's clear. And this was all done by goats. So a goat herd. Yes. And they are so cute. I can show you after in the coffee break the goats themselves. They are amazing. And actually, you can not adopt them, but kind of like be their godmother. Yes, so it's so cool. Yes, it's also super interesting. Okay, moving to open innovation. As you see, we are very open to innovation. We work with FCT, with Marie Curie, with WeDoWind, as we'll talk now, and also we have some funded projects from the Horizon Europe. This is something that has been part of our strategy for many years, so it's not new. But now we are really trying to make the most of it. So we know that we can get to a certain point if we go alone, but we'll go much faster if we go together. So we focus a lot on this. We have some open challenges. One of them is the YOMI's alignment. And one thing that is also very important for us regarding open innovation is that we are using real use cases. So we are focusing on the real needs of the business to find the solution. So we are not doing research for the sake of research. We are doing research for the sake of solving an issue or a problem that we are facing. And I think that works a lot on the motivation of people that work with us because they can see after the results and the impact that their work have. So basically, as I was mentioning, we have an open an open challenge at WeDoWind right now. It's called the YOMI's Alignment Nadara Challenge. And our main purpose here is to unlock the hidden performance losses, as I mentioned before, using high frequency data. We have so many wind farms. So we are a big company and we have a lot to deal with. We have a lot of data. We have a lot of people, but we need help solving this from someone that it's from afar, also from a perspective that can give a different output. And I think that's super important for us. We want to leverage the community, so I invite you all to participate. I think it's going to be super important, and the results will have direct impact in our business. And so the award is also to collaborate with us and to work at Nadara to develop this project internally. So I think this is also very important and cool. And now I will tell you a little bit about the future and what is next for us, so what we are aiming. Basically, as I mentioned before, this is our journey is divided in three big parts. Basically, we start with the challenges. So we are constantly looking inwards. We are trying to find what we can improve, what areas need to connect. We don't want to have siloed information, and that's something that happens at big companies. So basically, we know that we have an aging fleet. We know that there is some O&M pressure and that the data is fragmented naturally. So we need to fight this and to find solutions to solve these challenges together. That's why we are investing so much in the capabilities. So Nadara is building the foundations for a smarter operations. We want to embed this in the operations team and to make sure that from now on, this is just the beginning. So basically right now we are building the foundation to then scale even better. We already have scale at Nadara, so we don't want to just increase capability. Our main purpose is to increase capability intelligently. So basically we want to work smarter, not harder. And finally, impact. So make sure that every project that we have has measurable impacts, that we can reduce these challenges, the performance losses that we have, and that we increase the value of our business, what we are creating. So our main goal in the opportunity is to turn this complexity into a capability. And just to give you a small quote of something that I think summarizes the whole presentation and the message that we want to communicate to you, we need it's not just install capacity. We don't want to scale just based on that. This is what we did like 15 years ago. Now we want to focus on scaling intelligently. So basically with a lasting impact and clear results. This is our roadmap. In 2025, we started testing. We used a lot of AI already, and we are trying to help this turn this into an advantage for us because we want to automate as much as possible, not reduce the number of employees, but actually make their lives easier. And in 2026, our plan is to scale. As I mentioned, we are working on the NIGHT program, which is another AI transformation. And here we want to capture as many ideas and needs from the business as possible, and then implement it at scale. In 2027, our goal is to have it embedded in our operations everywhere. It is going to be scaled with this type of intelligence. And then in 2030, we want to become autonomous. We want to increase our pipeline in a lot, as you've seen in the previous slides. So this will only work if we have some tools. So we can do it as we used to do, as businesses usually need to improve the work that we are doing with intelligence. And that was it for today. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, thank you. Can I just get confirmation from the online people that they can hear me through this microphone? This is not on.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You heard me, but it wasn't on, so you must have heard me through the other microphone. Interesting. Perfect. I love that presentation. Thank you very much. I think Nadara is very aligned with some of the things we're doing. It's so. What did you say? Works smarter but not harder. I think that's great.
Yes.
Brilliant. So thank you so much. I'm sure we have some questions. And I'm sure Daniel's going to have a question because I was going to ask the same question that he's about to ask.
Yeah, Katarina, thanks for the wonderful presentation. So on the slide where you highlighted the challenges that you are facing, I saw data integration, data hub. And then I saw you really highlighted that you started it and you had a vision for it, but then you realized you are far from that vision. I see this come up in many discussions. Everybody wants data hub, knowledge hub, but they really don't know the effort that goes into it. So can you take us through, the vision you had before starting and then where you are into it? Are you on time? Are you online to meet your deadlines? If not, what are some of the challenges you faced? And then the second question is, I saw you talking about having standardized data models, right? And I don't know if you can throw a bit more light on that. What do you mean by that standardized data models?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I put here and just use it, or should I?
I can't tell how well.
Can you hear us? I think so. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your questions. So yes, we are not meeting our deadlines regarding Data Hub, to be as honest as possible, because this is a work that needs to keep happening. So we are not going to stop once we reach the platform. Once we have it, we'll always keep on improving it. But yes, just to give you a bit more context, in 2025 or in the end of 2025, we had like the first operational data hub. And in 2026, basically what we are doing is we are understanding the issues that the platform has. And also because we had some changes in the team, in the data hub team, we are also changing the tools that we are using. So technology is evolving so fast that it's super hard to keep up with everything that is happening. And once a person comes in, they have some ideas, and this can affect the whole project and make it way better. So we are investing on it. So we have an operating platform, but that has some errors and that is not connecting perfectly and has some data issues. But at the same time, we are working on improving it with different tools. And yes, I think that explains a bit where we are at now. And regarding the standardized models, I'm not the best person to talk about that, but I can put you in contact with our person, like our data AI engineering. And I think it would be a very cool conversation for you to have if you want.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, we should talk about it because I don't know if you know, IEA Wind Task 43 we're working on standardized data. We never really talked about it because we always talked about the challenge.
Yeah.
We talked about it quite a lot yesterday, and I think we should get in touch and, talk about it together. And also, Daniel works on the Tweed project, which is also a Marie Curie. It's not the IntelliWind. It started at the same time as the IntelliWind. So
yeah, that's a very cool project as well.
Yeah. All right. Next question, Chris.
Yeah, my name is Chris, work for Qt Software. I'm thanks also for a very interesting presentation, and just following on from what Daniel and Sarah said, we're a group within the WeDoWind community and IEA Wind Task 43 community working on an ontology, a standardized information model for operational data. We've got some other operators involved, and we're looking to get more parties to participate. So I think it would be great to connect at some point and discuss.
We are very open to collaborate, and most of the times we work in projects, not as much as like developing all the stuff because we have a lot of work and it's impossible, but we usually are very used for experience. So for insights on what we are doing, how we can improve. And so I think it could be a very interesting opportunity for sure.
We also have IEA Wind Task 43 advisors. We're trying to get people in the industry to advise us. Maybe we could talk about you, someone from Nadara.
For sure. We can do that.
We actually have a workshop tomorrow about the ontology. Oh, you're going home, but
yeah, I can try to reach out to the person, but maybe we should keep in contact and set up a meeting specifically for that.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have another question? Let me just get the online question first, if you don't mind. We have a bit of variety between online and so Jagadish, do you want to ask it or shall I just read it?
I can ask. Thanks, Sarah. It was a really good presentation, and it's very good to know about the data and how the AI thing coming up. It's brilliant. Just on the carbon accounting side, and also I might have missed that on the presentations. You might have highlighted that. So the use of got very good initiative. It's very integrating part of the society into the system to sustainability coming up. So are we considering that for the carbon accounting, and have we considered about well-being of the GOT, for example, keeping some sort of shades or something, or again, use some solar panel or something like that to get some power if it's possible? Is it something considered, or it's something like sustainable and use carbon accounting? That's it.
Not sure. I think I understood your question. So basically what we do is we have a sustainability team specifically dedicated to measure impact and also to leverage it. So the impact and the numbers I showed you from greenhouse emissions that we are saving, it's not only from the renewable energy that we are producing, but also for example, for that project that I was mentioning, where we are saving we are not consuming as much as we did because we are using this. So basically the projects with local communities that we incorporate in our business is also considered for this metric. Is that what you meant?
Just want to know more about it. It's very good initiative. Well done. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
By the way, I put a link on the chat when you were talking because I googled it and I found some pictures of goats, so I shared that.
Nice, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. In yesterday workshops, we have a challenge in our group. Actually, we were discussing about this. How do you manage between being updated and fast and being reliable and probably outdated?
That's a great question. And this is a huge problem for us, to be honest, because that's exactly this is like a balance. So we can't be like super reliable and have everything ready and also at the same time keep innovating. So what we try to do is we have different departments in the team, in the company, and innovation is pushing, and then the business is pushing, and then we need to align on what we can compromise from each side, basically. So sometimes what we do is we have a version, and then it's working, and it's crucial that we have something that works. But at the same time, we are innovating and trying to find new solutions to the same problem, and using technology to leverage our business. So I think that's the approach that we look for at Nodare, is to always keep a safe version and then like a riskier one to keep working on.
Thank you. Then by communicating between different sector or different departments in your company.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and it's not easy because at least I can speak for innovation sides because that's where I'm on. But the business knows about the problems earlier than us, and we need for them to really communicate with us, because otherwise we might not be aware of all the needs that we need to find a solution for. And what we especially like is when the business also brings the solution or some idea to test. And for example, Tanya is working with performance analysis, and she's always bringing us problems, but also with solutions or probability, some possible solutions, so that that innovation can help her move faster in her work and improve their productivity and everything. So basically, we need a lot of communication to make this work.
Thank you.
Very interesting question. Thank you. Stephen's got a question online.
Hi there. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. Hi. Great presentation. It's great to hear of a company being so innovative and working with the community. You've talked a lot about SCADA data and operational assessments and things. Do you have any problems or issues, or identified any problems on the pre-construction data side, specifically wind resource data from MetMass and LiDARs?
I think so. Maybe I can ask Tanya. Can you just repeat, Stephen, for because we have Tanya here and she knows so much more about this, and I think she could help us.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about SCADA data and operational data. I'm just kind of wondering, because I'm a wind analyst and not really on the SCADA side of things. Do you have any issues or problems on the pre-construction data, like from wind resource data, like MetMass or LiDARs that are installed on the site before the wind farm goes up, and that kind of data?
Yeah. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So a couple of years ago, it was basically everything based on MetMasts, but nowadays the industry is moving for LiDAR-based data. Our growth team, they are pre-installing a lot of LiDARs in the sites where we aim to rebuild, to repower, or sites that we have already agreed on the terrain. So we are doing early measurements. So when it gets to the point of actually choosing the wind turbines and the placement on site, we are able to understand exactly what we have in there. But it's a huge challenge, because obviously we cannot install LiDARs everywhere that we want to prospect, because costs and obviously the logistics of doing that. So it's a great challenge for us. I don't know if it's covered your question.
I suppose you were talking about SCADA data and getting it all into a standardized format. And as part of Task 43 and working as a wind resource assessment group, we've come up with a data model to standardize that MetMass and LiDAR data. I was just let you know that there is a standardized format that can help you get all your data into a hub for yourselves in a standardized format that's ready for any AI you want to do on it, or machine learning or automated pipelines.
Thank you. We can definitely speak later for sure.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yes. That was
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Thanks, Stephen. Okay, I would move on now to the next part of the program.
Yes.
So thank you for that
Thank you.
really, really interesting talk, and thank you for being here today. And
Thank
the
you.
people in the room can obviously talk to Tanya and Katerina
Yes.
during the breaks. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So the next part of the program is the official. Oh, now I'm going to stop the recording. Is everybody proud of me that I remembered to start and stop the recording all by myself without Yuri?